remember last week when we were talking about the 40th reunion?
Mm-hmm.
The Mindy McCourtney.
Yeah.
Who some people may know her from the
Home Shopping Network or whatever.
She was in my class. Well, she worked at the Chess King at Rolling Acres.
Okay.
And I used to shop there, and that's where I bought the white Panama with the black band on it.
And you were like, "How's this look on me, there, Mindy?"
Well, but that's what was going on.
Hell yeah!
And then another very popular girl in my class, her name was Connie Payne.
Okay.
She worked at Davy Jones's Locker.
Okay.
Oh, let me tell this story since I brought this up.
Somebody just posted a picture of your hat.
Let me take a look. Yep, that's it.
That's your hat.
That literally is it. That is the hat. Yeah, I had one of those. I bought it at Chess King. Yeah. So let me tell you a story. Okay. This is no fucking lie. So I went to college, and right out of college I got married. Okay. Right. So my wife and I moved to Akron, from the area right in the area I was from, right?
Sure.
So she and I were walking into Rolling Acres Mall.
Okay.
And Connie Payne, a classmate of mine, was working at Davy Jones's Locker.
Okay.
And we were just tooling through the mall, and Connie happened to be standing outside the front entranceway there at Davy Jones's Locker.
Right.
And she saw me walk by, and she came running out, and she came up and gave me a big hug.
Okay.
I didn't date this girl. She was, like 2 grades above my class, as far as like her popularity was concerned, because she was always the pom-pom girl, right. Cheerleader, very socialite type stuff. But for whatever reason, she liked me. She thought I was funny.
Okay.
But I had no chance at ever having any, dating, nothing with this chick, right?
Sure. Okay.
But she always was very nice to me all the time. We would always just cut up and laugh and all kinds of stuff. So my new wife, I think I was married maybe a few weeks at this point.
Okay.
And so we were walking through the mall, and she saw me, and she came running out, and she comes running over and gives me this big hug. I literally hadn't seen her in probably 2 years.
Right.
And she goes, "Hey, I heard you got married." I said, "Yeah, this is my wife right here. Let me introduce you." Right. My wife looked at her, and she goes, "I don't want to meet her."
Oh, Jesus.
And she went storming down the mall. Like that.
Nice.
From that day on, for the 3 years that I was married, my wife brought that up.
Oh, yeah.
Every fucking time we had any kind of an argument. Well, why don't you just go back home and fuck Connie Payne?
Yeah. That sounds like every chick I've ever dated.
But she said this for 3 fucking years.
Dude, you say that like that's a long time.
Well, at the time when you're a young person, that seems like an eternity.
Dude, I heard about girls that came up to me and asked me for pictures at restaurants when I was like famous with the MMS stuff.
Right.
I heard about that during our divorce. That shit was like fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Remember when those girls wanted to fuck?" And I'm like, they didn't want to fuck me. They just wanted a fucking picture.
Yeah.
I thought I was famous.
Yeah, but that from that day on, that set the tone for my entire marriage.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's what chicks do.
I mean, it was just unfathomable to me. It's just like, I never dated this girl. I didn't, nothing. It was high school.
Yeah.
And you're torturing me every fucking day because of your insecurity? Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, during my divorce, and I am not making this up, things that happened when we were dating pre-marriage were brought to the table. Pre-marriage. I should have known when you did this that you were going to be this kind of a man. Shit was fucking, I mean, we were married 23 years. We dated a year before that. I mean, it's 24 years earlier. 24 years. Now it's 34 years ago. Shit, that's 34 years old and she's still hanging on to that shit. It's like, let it go.
Yeah, I know. And it's just like, I as a young person who didn't quite understand mental illness, every time that was brought up, it was just like, why are you even talking about that?
Yeah.
She's not even like an ex-girlfriend or anything. She's just a chick I went to high school with.
Dude, because they're all crazy. They're all fucking nuts. Dude, you remember the ads that I used to do for the Disc Den, right? That were like racy?
Yes, I do.
You know, I used to do these racy ads. For people that don't know, Disc Den was a record store, and the owner of the place was pretty wide. He was like one of us, really. And he wanted his ads to be something that would be memorable. He wanted them to be crazy. He wanted them to be wild. He wanted them to be something that people would remember. So we did some wild shit. And I remember we did one time, and I sort of made it a reference, but it was a soft reference. It wasn't a typical Chris Aiken, yeah, I'd fuck her in her ass. You know, it wasn't one of those. It was like a soft reference to fucking Mariah Carey.
Okay.
And my ex saw that fucking ad and was like, oh, I see now how you're getting off. You're just bringing these broads into your fucking job. I'm like, Mariah Carey? How am I bringing her into my job? It's a fucking picture. But I've told you the stories before about her with the cheerleaders too.
Yeah.
Cheerleaders for 8 seconds on a football game, and that's why I'm watching the football game. So I can see fucking cheerleaders as they scroll back to the field. That's why I'm watching it, so I could see the cheerleaders for 3 seconds.
Right.
Chicks are nuts.
They are. and I think I may have told this story here. Pull this picture up if you can find it. Look up Erin Carmen, WLS. This girl,
Erin, ERIN?
ERIN Carmen. Like
WLS?
Yeah, WLS radio. Does anything come up? Any photos?
Give me a second. Give me a second.
So this girl, she was a disc jockey at WONE in Akron.
Okay.
And I was contemplating going to broadcasting school way back in 1984.
Okay.
And I was dating this chick at the time, and this Erin Carmen, she used to do evenings. I think she used to do like 7 to midnight or something.
Sure.
And so when I was driving a truck, there she is right there. She would do these live remotes. Remember when that thing was with radio stations would do live remotes and things?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, she was doing a live remote literally right down the street from my dad's house.
Right.
At an auto parts store. It was like a grand opening of an auto parts store or some shit. It was on Saturday. And so on my way home, I was listening to the radio to WONE, which I don't even know if it exists anymore, but it was
I think it's still there. Yeah.
Okay. And she's like, yeah, I'm out here at this auto parts store, blah, 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 blah. Just stop by and see me, say hello, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it literally was on my way home. So I pulled in the parking lot, and I didn't know this chick from anything. I've heard her on the radio.
Okay.
And I was getting ready to make my decision as to whether I was going to go to broadcasting school.
Okay.
And so I went over and introduced myself, and I was just like, hey, listen, I'm thinking about going to broadcasting school. Tell me what you know about the business,
Okay.
Very helpful. She just like, oh, it's not this, that, and the other. She just telling me, and she goes, let me know what you decide, and so on and so forth. This chick didn't know her from Adam, never met her before, nothing. She was just as friendly, as kind as could be.
Right.
So I don't remember. It might have been a week, 2, 3, 4 weeks, but Boston, the band Boston, was touring on, what was it? Was it Third Stage? Was it?
Was this in the 80s? Third Stage was 85, 86.
What was the one that came out in like 94, 95?
Corporate America?
Corporate America?
I think,
so were, Brad Delp and the guy that helped him, Cosmo.
Yeah, Dave Cosmo or something.
Yeah, they were out touring, right? But Boston hadn't toured in umpteen years, whatever.
Right, sure.
So I had tickets to go to the show, and I don't know, we were maybe 8 or 10 rows back. I think this was at the Richfield Coliseum.
What year were you saying?
This was like 84, 85, 84.
80? 84?
No, 94. I'm sorry.
That would be Walk On.
Walk On. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, 94. I keep
right.
saying 94. Yeah. So I'm at the show, right? Me and my chick are at the show. So this Erin Carmen comes walking by with her sister. She had a sister, and she saw me, and she said hi to me. And I'm surprised she even recognized me. She just said hi to me, and I was just like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And she just kept on walking, right?
Right, sure.
Just walked on.
Right.
Of course, the girlfriend. Well, who was that?
Yeah.
Well, that's Erin Carmen from WNE. Then the questions start. How do you know her?
Well,
are you
fucking her?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
and then it was just like, well, I was on my way home from my dad's house. She was at an auto parts store. I stopped by. I was asking her about going to broadcasting school, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. Well, she seemed awful familiar with you.
Oh, shut up.
And again, I met the chick once.
Yeah.
Once. But for whatever reason, she recognized me, which surprised me. I was as surprised as anybody. I was just like, holy shit, Erin Carmen remembered me. And again, this might have been a month, later. I don't know. I'm just some random dude, but she said hi to me by name. And it was just like, well, how do you know her? And I said, well, I really don't know her. Yeah. I met her once. This is where I met her. This is how how come you never told me about that?
Well, I meet a lot of people. Do I need to fucking keep inventory, you bitch?
I don't know. It was just a passing thing. It was just, it didn't even occur to me to say, hey, guess what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I met this locally famous girl.
But that became an issue from that day on until our relationship ended.
I'm sure.
Oh, well, are you going to call Erin Carmen now?
Yep.
Fucking Erin Carmen. Like, are you kidding me?
Dude, the worst thing I ever did, and this is probably where you were better than me, I would fight back. I should have just been like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm out of here. I should have been. But I would be, if I got dealt that card, which I did a lot of times, I'd be like, yep, that's right. I fucked her right in her asshole. I stuck my dick in and fucking drilled her until there was shit on my belly. Right. I mean, I would just get ridiculous with it.
Yeah.
I just was like, don't fucking play this game with me like I'm going to be some fucking child that's afraid of you.
Sure.
Because I'm never going to be afraid of you. But meanwhile, I should have just said, what am I doing? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, she went on to do other things. She remember that alternative radio station in Cleveland for a short time called The End?
Oh, yeah. 107.9.
Yeah. Well, she went to work at The End for a while.
Okay.
And then she went to Detroit. I think she was on WRIF in Detroit for a while with some morning guy by the name of Gonzo Greg or some shit.
Okay.
Again. And then she went to what is that station in Washington? Rock 10.
101. What is that
Yeah,
called?
what wasn't Z-Rock.
Is that AAF or whatever?
Yeah, something like that. Well, she was on there for a short time, and then she was here in Chicago. She became part of Mancow's crew.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she was part of his whack pack, his crew.
Okay.
I think she had the radio name. I think they called her Heather.
Okay.
And she was on his crew for a while, and then she I don't know. I think she went to LA for a little while or some shit. Well,
Okay.
then she came back to Chicago, and she was like the afternoon girl on The Loop.
Okay.
And then she kind of was doing something. I don't know. I've kind of followed her career a little bit. She's kind of bounced around.
Because you were in love with her, asshole.
But I've talked with her once or twice in the last, I don't know, 15 or years or so.
Okay.
You know, we talked, and it's like, oh man, how you doing? You know, this, that, and the other, and it's been a long time. But regardless of that, Aaron Carmen, Connie Payne, the bane of my existence, were because I fucked these beautiful women.
Yeah, you must have.
So you admit they were beautiful?
Yep.
Yeah. Erin Carmen's an attractive girl. Look at her. What can I tell you?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
You know, but this is what happens with a one-time chance meeting.
Right.
One time. I mean, it's just fucking unbelievable.
Right.
You know, so it's just like, just keep throwing shit in my face over nothing.
Mm-hmm. It's just nonsense. It's always just nonsense. That's the biggest problem with these relationships and these chicks. The fights are about shit. They're about nothing. Nothing. You know, that's why. You ever notice? I mean, obviously it's different that it's your friends versus your fucking lovers, but you ever notice that no matter what kind of argument you have with your guy friends, you fucking solve it at some point?
Yeah, because guys are rational.
Yeah, and because half the time guys are like, whatever, dude, let's have a drink and fucking forget this shit. Is it really worth blowing shit up over?
Right.
Chicks want to blow things up over every goddamn thing.
I agree.
You know, they fucking drive me nuts.
I know. But anyway, that's her.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neeley and Chris. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job.